click this button. I'm gonna turn you down just a little bit. I think that's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen. You're just a little loud. And then I say, yo,
that's
what up?
all
How's it going, man?
good. Hey, it's going well.
That's good to hear. That's good. Does your chair work?
I don't have a chair right now. I'm going chairless in honor of your chair dilemma.
Just at a standing desk, or what's up with that?
Yeah. I'm not at my usual desk right now, but
Huh.
wanted to hop on because I hadn't been on a deck dock in a minute.
Hey, solidarity, man. I appreciate it. So we got Todoroki 2 under order. Hit me with the pitch. What do you got going on with your awesome Todoroki deck?
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming on order for set three. I like Todoroki 2 a lot. I played around with him a lot with water in set two. But I was particularly interested in USJ and Frozen Slash as an interaction. I think that's super cool, being able to have like USJ saying your second attack gets +2/+2, so you can open with a different attack other than Frozen Slash, and then give it the +2/+2 from USJ instead of from Todoroki, so you can +2/+2 your first attack, Frozen Slash hit again with another +2/+2. So just like keeping that chain of things going.
Yeah.
That seemed pretty neat. Flex Your Might is just a cool card.
Yeah.
Like playing around with that. I thought it'd be pretty cool with Tape Lash, just being 7 damage.
Yeah, it's a big one for sure.
Yeah. So I thought that could be kind of cool. And then really using Indiscriminate Shock kind of as the kill card here. I've been playing around with that in Midnight a lot on Chaos, but then I played a little bit with Sero on Order, and Shock just does work. I really like it as the finisher, and I like it especially if you can hit with Shock, and then if they somehow manage to block it, if you can follow it with something afterwards, that's always pretty fun. That usually the one after Shock usually goes through. So Flame Scourger I thought was kind of a cool follow-up to that, because usually you can commit out at least over half their foundations with Shock, and then having that Flame Scourger saying if over half their foundations are committed, it gets +3 damage. It's a nice 6 damage poke afterwards.
Yeah. It is big. It's big.
Those are kind of the fun attack lineup ideas I have going on there. Struggled a little bit with high blocks on this build. So I don't know. I'm not particularly happy with the way those landed, but we can talk about it, look into it a little bit there. Threw Cinder Convection in there just kind of as a fun, I don't know, it's the one high block, it helps out there, and just as a one of it could be kind of nice going into Indiscriminate, do a line of Cinder Convection, Indiscriminate, Flame Scourger.
Yeah. I'm an absolutely huge fan of the order symbol. It is very hard for me not to play this symbol, just in every event that's ever existed for all of time. So I get it.
It just has a lot of good options.
Yeah, it's just a fun freaking symbol, man. It's just super fun. I am looking at some other options that we have available to us at the moment. Just seeing what do we get access to,
Yeah.
So yeah, let's chat about it. First and foremost, let's talk about attacks. Extendo Hair Strike is incredible in Todoroki under order. You can Spirit Bomb somebody exceptionally easy, giving +2/+2, and then committing your entire stage to just give it a bunch of damage and then EX. What an absolutely messed up card in this character.
Yeah.
And the further on in the chain that you can string it, the better off that your Frozen Slash will be, right? You could Frozen Slash and then just into your extendo hairstrike, and it gets +4/+4. So it's a 9. It starts as a 9 high for 7, and then you just commit your whole stage.
Yeah.
And you look at them and be like, yo, what up?
Just mess them up.
I've got 1 momentum, and I'll give it EX13.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly good. But it's like, I mean, this is like a big spirit bomb move, right?
Sure.
That's like the question is like that's as good as something along the lines of indiscriminate shock, right? But it's this card is not like, oh, my opponent can play around it. Nah, dog, I just throw my whole stage into this move. It's just catch, right?
And then they hit you with a "you're so obvious" and you cry.
You know what? They certainly do, right? But they have to be playing that card. Flamethrower. You're so obvious also beats indiscriminate shock. So like, it's just like
that is true.
Man.
That is true.
What a good case. Flamethrower, incredible in Todoroki, especially with things like Frozen Slash into USJ. If you Frozen Slash or USJ and Flamethrower as your second move, it gets +4/+4, and now on the partial, not only does it have stun, it's a 7 mid for 9 with stun 2. That if it's partialed, you get to destroy on other cool cards. This card's messed up. This card's super good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I didn't include Flamethrower is I've yet to play in a provisional, so I haven't got one of those yet. But
Fair.
I could order them on the my point redemption.
I think this card's way better than everything that Water Pump has going on, but I'm just like, I don't think this card's that great, to be perfectly frank.
Fair enough.
Next is just like other order attacks we've just missed. There's no electric jolts in your deck. This card's messed up. This card, point and click, turn that thing off, turn that thing off, turn that thing off. Giving it the +2/+2 is exceptionally good. It has stun 1. Being able to let the Frozen Slash is next ranged. I'm just kidding. Doesn't work with that, but that's fine. Grasping Tape Toss. Nuts as a card, right? It's great to throw this card out as just a poke. Tape Swing, beautiful 1 high block. Does everything that Order Todoroki wants to do. Like Order and Water Todoroki just like should be playing this card, I think. This is the best tool in their kit. It says that I'll do 4 damage every single turn for the rest of the game. If you can't kill me, then I will eventually kill you. Because the one thing that you can't do versus this is just like, you just can't stop it. You just can't stop this. And so there's that. Yeah. Thoughts on any of these moves so far?
I do like Extendo Hairstrike as kind of like another alternate option for the kill. Sure. Especially if like they see the indiscriminates and are expecting it. Maybe if like Extendo Hair is just like a 2 of, I think that could be pretty cool.
I think 3 is the right option, and we take out the Water Pump and the Center Conviction, because I think Center Conviction is just like not a good card, truthfully.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it does have a 1 high block, which is like good, but yeah, I don't think you necessarily need it. What's our block zones even look like? What are we looking at here? Yeah, these are fine. Yeah, I think at bare minimum we're taking out the Water Pump for it.
For sure. I do like the option of just like stun 5 if you have momentum. Like that's a fun line. Stun 5, Cinder Convection.
I think that you'll find that picking up cards is just better than what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna get enough stun out of like, I mean, you've got like Tape Lash, Indiscriminate, Scourger, got Conviction itself, right? Like, we should be replacing these Eat My Sticky Balls. I know that they're cool. We should just replace them with Electric Jolts. This is just the way better card. I know that it can't wear the stats, but it being able to just like guarantee deal damage, it's the thing that they want to waste the oh my goodness, the like face shield on, right? And you get to selectively turn on. Like, what's the best foundation in your deck? Well, you don't have it because I have Electric Jolt. You just don't get it. And
That's
you
true.
have the luxury of picking that card back up after you spend it to then just play it again next turn.
Just looping jolts. That's
correct.
pretty good.
It's just really good. It's just better than what Eat My Sticky Balls has got going on because we're not playing anything to really pay off that card being in the card pool besides the thing that we just like cut from the deck, right?
Yep.
From there, my question that I have to you is Flamethrower versus Grasping Tape Toss versus Tape Swing, or any of those look interesting to you? I think this is a totally fine, good-looking tap lineup. Question is Tape Lash better than Grasping Tape Toss, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it works good, or like it works well with Flexure Might, but also it's not necessarily an integral part of the deck. Like the rest, everything else is kind of doing a different thing, I guess.
Truthfully, if you are man enough, this Tape Lash should probably just be Tape Swing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
That's actually where it's at. As long as you're down to run the 2 and you can respect it, that's where it's at. The difference between 7 and 6 when it comes to Flexure Might is so small. Not to mention, like, there's gonna be times where like you're gonna show Electric Jolt and they're gonna choose not to show, and you're gonna get it off of Jolt, right? They're not gonna show because they can't show because they don't have any attacks, right? They decided not to hold them.
Yep.
Yeah, and so like it's going to be great.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, if you like Sin of Conviction, I'm down to keep it. I'm down to let it rock. I just think that there's like I'd rather have Grasping Tape Toss pretty much every other time. It's a deadlock threat. It's a bunch of other stuff. But I'm also just like I would rather pick up the momentum rather than
spend it.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
That's how I feel, at least. Right?
I like it as a one of.
Right,
I'll play around with it, but
easy
keep
peasy.
that Tape Toss in the back of my mind there.
Sounds good to me. This should be a 3 of. The only reason it's not a 4 of is because we're not a 7-hander. I think this card's fucked up. I think this card's so sick. It's just bonus stun in your deck, right? It's just extra stun.
Yeah.
At worst, it's extra stun, right? After your attack deals damage, it's gonna deal damage. It's gonna deal damage.
Yep.
These cards are gonna deal damage, which means that this card is just going to work. It's just going to work. And look how handsome my man is. Look at him. He's so handsome.
Man.
He's so handsome. All right.
I can't wait to run this card.
This card's so good.
Like my most anticipated card, probably.
Let's talk about the foundation lineup, and we'll see what we want to add or not add. Can't Escape Me is insane. It's incredible. It beats this card, and it just cancels the thing, right? It just cancels any amount of draw or add that adds any cards to their hand. That includes drawing cards. This card is insane. Defrosting says that your moves hit because you give it extra speed, and Todoroki negates the stop. It also says that you get the block thing. Tam's gonna be after XR Flex, maybe. That might be my first XR hunt. Drowning is super good. It's just a good card. Fruits is really good. Dissolving's really good. And then Think Fast, I think, is gonna be. It should be a 1 of in your deck somewhere, right? It's an order deck. You probably should just be playing this card. It just depends on what other things you've got going on. Because I've got some questions about the choices in the main board, such as like the Wind. What is this card doing in your deck?
What is that card doing?
It's like Nita when you give something else speed, right? Like you give this thing, you give this thing stats, and then like the Wind gets to trigger. No, that's not even true.
Yeah.
No, that's not even true. Yeah, it is true, right? Or not? Yeah, I like the Wind does work, right? But it's just commit a resource for an extra 2 speed. I don't know. I think this 2/5 2 mid block sucks. I don't even know if I play this in like Ingenium or anything. It's fine.
Fair enough.
I'd rather just play more Conflict of Ideologies because this card's messed up. Have you played with this card yet?
I have not.
This is what I'm making tonight, actually. After I'm done with Deck Doctors, I'm making Order Toto 2, and we're playing 4 Conflicts because Conflict is a messed up card. Conflict is not a fair card.
The only reason I am not running that higher in Todoroki 2 is, like, in my experience playing him, committing resources makes it pretty rough to keep extending for him. Like, I don't know. He just being a six-hander,
Yeah.
he doesn't quite build as much as I don't know. I guess I play a lot of seven-handers, and so then playing him, it just never quite feels like I build enough with him.
I think that's totally fair. I think that's totally fair. We have now introduced 7 cards that are way better at poking than extending, and guarantee the damage to make the conflict response happen, right?
True.
So this thing gets stunned too, you stun them down, you guarantee that it does 4 damage, you respond with both conflicts, and now they're down 2 foundations. They don't have 2 foundations, which means on your next turn, they still don't have those ready foundations. So when you give your second tape swing another stun 2, they now have 2 additional resources stunned. This card says that you stunned 2'd on their turn by committing this card.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
You don't get the Fury, right? There's no Fury. Oh, there's one Fury. Hilarious. Flame Scourger is going to be 1,000 damage. But like we don't care because we're committing them out of the game. Which, hey, you're gone. You don't play the game, right? And that is conflict says if the only thing that's happened is I've stunned you. When you play cards, you commit cards. Let's pretend I don't even stun you and you've got 2 committed and I've got the 2 conflicts. Those ones already. When you fail your cards later on in the turn, it's just going to snowball and you're going to have more committed cards on my turn, which means that my character is more live in the late game.
True.
I think this is an auto 4 of. Like, I think you're going to play 4 of this card and you're going to absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Whew.
Explaining that. Yeah,
I'd have disconnected
like
the call if you said no. I'm just saying.
Than like the wind.
It's great. Making stands good. Requesting's great. Shock treatment, I love it. Gotcha at a 4 of. It's really good with indiscriminate shock, yeah?
Yeah.
Tape it at 2 of, passing 3, self 3. Yes. Bonds? There's not a better card? I guess like we don't necessarily... I mean, bonds might just be better than dissolving. What's our difficulty curve look like?
I think that was... Yeah, that...
19 spams? Interesting. Final exam failures is really cool. That's a cool card in this deck.
That came from watching the provisional this weekend. I was watching Scott DeJarnette play Midnight with that, and yeah, that was pretty fun.
This card's neat. How you feel about double mainboarded influencing the youth?
I was going in on the what's it called idea? Indiscriminate. Just being able to say, what do you have up still?
Sure.
You know?
Can I convince you to put 1 in the main, 1 in the side, and put in 1 think fast?
Yeah, I like that.
Because high zone indiscriminate sounds tight. Right? Just like cool. Absolutely wreck them. And if you happen to find think fast and tape swing, it's nuts. Just because it gets an extra plus +1/+3. Not to mention the +2/+2 you're stacking on top of it. So it's an 11 damage move for free.
Yeah.
It's a 7 mid for 11 that you're just going to pick up again. Disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Besides that, I mean, I want to see more calling for backups just because it lets you like pop off a little earlier, right? Because you are a 6-hand size character and we need to like be able to play out our foundations. But I'm afraid to make the deck too much thicker.
Yeah, I was struggling with a lot of mid blocks too, and so I cut that down. I think I originally had it at a 3 or a 4 of, and was just like, I guess I can cut it down.
Yeah. Because you're also playing passing, right? And passing does like a very similar job. The thing is like commit means you're not as aggressive, whereas flip says you do get to be aggressive.
Yeah. But I think I'm playing this deck a little less aggressive than usual. Like this is a longer game, Todoroki 2.
Right. Yeah. Until we find a Stendo Hairstrike and then we kill them. We kill them like the dogs they are.
Surprise! It's not a long game.
Yeah. Man, I'm so down just to commit my whole board and just like murder somebody with this card. It's so sick. Man, this card's so good in this character.
Yeah.
Wow, this card's so good in this character. I'm playing Order Todoroki for Nationals. this deck, why is set 3 deck so cool?
Oh man, I will see you in the mirror match then.
For sure. All in all, man, I think without like moving a lot of this stuff around, like there's some small things that I would be changing. Like I like dissolving, I like fruits. I think drowning is really cool. I don't know where we fit defrosting in. I want to. You have to main board Can't Escape Me, so we do need to find some sort of spot for that. It has to be a 2 of.
That's literally what I had it, and then I cut it for mid blocks.
Nope, you don't get to cut it. You got to cut something else. Maybe. Man, I hate to do. Actually, influencing needs to go. It'll just be on the sideboard. I'll put it there. This card is going to be less impactful. I think this card is so important, man. I think this card's so important. It beats this card. It beats so much. It beats this card. It beats this card. It just beats a lot of cards. And then the Deadlock Enhance says that this card you win. You just win. Right? Indiscriminate and Can't Escape Me. If they go to 11 foundations, you nuke them from space. There's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, you get 2 of these out, and they're in deadlock. What do they do? They have to plus ultra you? They have to.
Yeah,
that's not an option.
The only... Or, what's the other... Copy Heart? Is that the other one? Return it to printed speed on block?
Yeah, it's the Monoma card. It's not Copy Heart, but it's whatever. Well, you know what? Let's call it cool and focus and have a good day. I think that this is probably a fine number. What was the number you wanted this to be at?
I like it in the mid 60s. I think I had it at 63, but 65 is fine.
Yeah, 65. If you wanted to make it 66 and increase this number by 1, that's probably on whatever. I am. You ready?
Yeah.
Let me push this up by 1. I think Grasping Tape Toss doing the same job as Tape Swing and being a deadlock threat that you can pick up over and over again is very good. It's just one of the best openers that you can have. It's an amazing poke, and once again it guarantees conflict goes off. You just hit them with a throw and then commit down 3 of their cards with Grasping Tape Toss plus conflict. It's just nuts. It's actually just insane how good Grasping Tape Toss, Tape Swing, Conflict of Ideologies is. It's going to be very good. It's going to be very, very good.
Yeah, the order symbol in conflict that's going to be deadly.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. All right, man. Any final thoughts before I get you out of here?
I think I like it.
Let me know how it works. I love Todoroki too. I've got a sparring thing on Wednesday, and this might be one of the decks that I bring to it. Maybe not this exact list. It's to try other ideas, but I think this has got a lot going on for it.
For sure.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how that goes.
I'll stream it. I'm gonna stream it so you can watch.
Cool.
With that, thank you for the support on Patreon. Thank you for hanging out. Let me see your awesome Todoroki deck. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.